Kia ora Cancerian Collective, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Amber's Sun. My name is Amber and I'm going to be doing your general tarot reading for the month of September 2022. These readings are general tarot readings, so they will not resonate for every Cancerian. However, if it does resonate for you, I would appreciate if you liked on this video and subscribe to support my channel. It does help my channel to grow and for these messages to get out to the wider collective, right? So thank you for that. The intention of these readings is to provide guidance, awareness, healing, and inspiration. This month I'm going to be using the Crow Tarot, and I will be clarifying some messages at the end with the Moonology deck and the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. So, Cancerians, let's get into your reading. I've pre-shuffled the deck, so let's see. That one wanted to come out. Two of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. King of Cups. The Tower. Ooh, haven't seen that come out for a while. And let's clarify the Two of Pentacles. Death. Ooh, two really strong energies here. Knight of Wands, please. Queen of Swords. King of Cups. Ace of Wands. And then I really want to see what card comes up for this Tower. Clarify the Tower card for Cancerian Collective. Why is the Tower here? Why is the Tower here? Show us the Tower. Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Oh, and this one fell out too. The Sun. Love this. Okay, can't fit that in. But I will put it here. Hopefully it won't burn. Okay, can we see that? No. The Sun. Oh, well, we'll talk about that later. All right, so Cancerians. Interesting, but I like it. It's really like dynamic this month, the energy. Super dynamic. There's no mucking around this month. There's no it's pretty defined. Like the energies here are pretty defined. I like it. It's very, very clear, but not always easy. So let's start with this Two of Pentacles, clarified by the Death card. Wow, big energy. You have been, again, I think it was last month, there was this flip-flopping energy, this indecisiveness. I'm not seeing any indecisiveness here at all in the month of September. So whatever progress you made last month, it's just whatever those decisions, choices you made last month, it's now coming into play. Okay, so there's something within you that has opened up. There's an energy there that you had to release, and you not even yes, it is release because of the Death card. Death is release, right? It's the letting go. So with this death, now it can be death of your ego. It can be the death of something that you held on to, something that you felt that was significant in your life, that really at some point it like helped to weave. It was woven into your life. I feel like it can be a person, a place, a thing, a job, whatever you had weaved into your life. I feel like last month you made the steps, and this death is clarifying that it has indeed happened, and it's happening, and you're in the process of now. I just see now that you've let this go, this dead crow, it has opened up the energy for you to start your rebirth, basically, with this crow coming back to life through spirit, right? So there's something inside you, Cancerians, that is coming back to life. And it can be a spiritual awakening, because the death card is all about rebirth, regeneration, re-energizing. So you're starting to re-energize. And as you're coming back up, also giving me judgment vibes, as you're coming back up from this death, this releasing, letting go of the past, you are now trying to balance out this new energy. It gives me the visualization. I seen some yesterday, baby lambs, right? Spring here in Aotearoa, but baby lambs, when they're born, right, they're really clumsy on their feet, and they have to stabilize themselves to get traction and start learning how to walk. And I feel like this is you, Cancerians, what you're doing in the beginning of September. It's almost like a new kind of world in a way. There's a new vibe, there's a new energy, and you're trying to figure out how to balance yourself and navigate yourself in this new space. Feeling like a lot of new chapters. If you don't already follow me, I have an Instagram account, Tarot by Amber Sun, and I posted a picture the other day of the sunset, and it was just basically talking about, where is this new chapter? It was just a question. Where is this new chapter heading? And I feel like that's the Cancerian vibe in the beginning of September. So trying to find your way, trying to navigate and balance out. Some of yous may be shifting in between, like where you living situations, new relationship status, a new job, whatever it is that resonates for you. This is just the energy that I'm picking up with these cards so far. Then we have the Knight of Wands. I love the Knight of Wands with the Queen of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so you had to make some pretty harsh decisions. You had to be harsh, okay? If you haven't recently come out of it, you will be in it or going into this energy of the Queen of Swords, having to be harsh to people, to places, to stand your ground, but also affirm your ground, affirming who you are, what you believe, what you stand for, verbally, to people. So it may be that you had to you may be telling people this, your new standards or your new boundaries, or just reaffirming who you are, because it may be that people had in the past thought of you as one way and one type of person, when you've completely now changed with this rebirth. And so you now need to set new standards. And so the Queen of Swords is all about that, right? Articulating logic, articulating facts about who she is, what she wants, how she wants it. I don't feel, and with the Knight of Wands, you're doing it in a way that is, you're showing people, not only are you telling people if you need to, I don't feel like you're going out there going, I'm this is this and this is what's that. Like, I feel like it's more like as you're moving and taking action in September, you're naturally expressing and putting these harsh words to some, and even just expressing, like saying it. You know, I see you moving and saying at the same time. Your words are aligning with your movement, with what you're doing. And you're doing it with this gusto, this burst of energy. And I'm attracted to the sun in the background here, because it's like with this rebirth, you have had some enlightenment or being enlightened to some information or to some facts, but this is like an energy where you'll never be the same. Like, you'll never go back to how you did things in the past, because you went through a pretty significant death here. So that's really positive. Some of you may be like actively being more active this month in September. I just see like actions aligning with words and forward momentum, and you're doing it with this passion, this new passion, because you've been enlightened, probably when you died. But let's keep going. Then we have the King of Cups with the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you've learned to control your emotions in a really positive way, to direct your emotional energy to specific people, specific places, specific activities that you love, that you have an emotional connection to. I feel like in September, your emotions are really controlled, and not in a negative way where you're not speaking up, but in a way where you have learnt to just direct your emotions in a more positive way. I don't see you spilling or overreacting or being irrational or being, emotionally loose, emotionally wasting. Yeah, I don't see you doing that in September, which is really nice. It's grounding. It's really hard for Cancerians to do sometimes as well, because we are such emotional beings. So I'm really liking this King of Cups. And then we've got the Ace of Wands clarifying the King of Cups. So you're doing this and you're in this energy because you want a new start, okay? You don't want to do things the way that you used to do them. You don't want to expel and waste your emotional intelligence, your emotional energy towards anything or anyone that is not going to give you a sense of nourishment within yourself. That is the King of Cups. And the Ace of Wands is this new beginning, because you want a new way. You want a new start. You want a new way of relating, a way of like energetically vibrating on an emotional level. Because let's face it, we are consistently vibrating on an emotional level. And with Cancerians, we actually live according to that vibration, because we follow our feelings, because we're so deeply ingrained in them. We can't help it. But this month, I see us getting more control over that and understanding with empathy and compassion and kindness what is worth putting your emotional energy towards. So you're not wasting time. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, this is very definitive. It's very bold. It's very dynamic. So we're making big choices, making big moves this month. And with the Ace of Wands, we're being supported by the Ace of Wands through all that energy coming through, that creative new beginning, that creative spark, that solar plexus, like sexy energy as well. Just a huge amount of passion, right, is is what's launching us a change. We're not wanting to do things in the same emotional patterns that we have in the past. And I spoke about this in the Aries reading with the Ace of Wands and the daffodils. The daffodils are really significant because here in Aotearoa, it's spring. Daffodils are my favorite flowers, and they only come out in spring, right? So it's that new beginning energy again, and we can relate that back to that lamb that's just learning to walk. So it's really beautiful here. Just see growth and newness and dynamic movement, dynamic decisions. And then, speaking of dynamic, we go on to the Tower card. Tower still freaks me out sometimes because I know it's a definite change. It's a definite sudden change, right? So let's tune into this Tower card because every Tower card is so different. Same kind of like, okay, so this is a clock tower. The lightning strike is hitting this tower. Then we have all these crows that look like they're falling. But how can a crow fall when they can fly? So even though they look like they're falling, they're just going to like swoop themselves back up. They're not going to hit the ground. But the top of the tower has fallen. So this is clarified by Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you're making significant change, or there is a significant it may be to do with the head because of the top of the tower falling. It's not the complete tower, although the rest of it could fall. I just feel like it's significant that this top bit here, maybe, something that you've been enlightened to in the month of September. It's like this, it's like something comes into your head space, a thought, idea, whatever, and completely like breaks down old barriers that you thought were fixed, or you've always thought this about a certain thing, or this is headspace. So for example, like you've always thought this about like a certain opinion about how let's say education. Okay, you have a certain opinion around education, and then this information like hits you like lightning in the month of September, and then totally breaks down what you thought or what your fixed opinion was over all these years, and completely like opened your mind. And instead of like crashing, falling, it ends up you end up being freaking nurtured somehow. It's like by removing this old overthinking or overworking or over assessing in your head space, by this information coming through and you realizing it and taking it in and seeing from a different perspective, it's not scary. It's like something that was scary to you or fixed because you had this fixed opinion that was built from fear. It was built from lack, right? You may have got it from childhood or learnt it in school or whatever, but it completely breaks off. But in this breaking away, this destruction of this old thought or perspective, it ends up nurturing you. It's like being reschooled, and what you learnt wasn't the right right. It wasn't the right thing, or it wasn't the actual right way. It didn't nurture you. It didn't nurture you. And so this information, this breaking down of an old thinking pattern or perspective ends up being really nurturing to you and actually giving you some kind of stability. But not only that, we got the Sun card. So it enlightens you. You become enlightened to this thing. And you probably started the process back here with the Death card. When you let go, like softened you somehow. So this enlightenment is beautiful because it's purity, right? It's something that you believed in that no longer makes sense because it was built on fear and ego. And by this moment happening, you end up nurturing yourself and becoming more stable within yourself, with who you are in the world. And it's transformation again with this butterfly here on top of a wand, which is interesting because this is the Pentacles. It enlightens you. It opens up your world, and you have this moment in the month of September that's like, oh, like, I never knew that. I never looked at it like that. I never thought that. I never perceived it like that. But in doing so, it like opens your world to positivity and new possibilities and just like happiness, enlightenment. All right, I'm getting way too into this reading, Cancerian. So if you're still listening to me, I'm going to pick some oracle cards. My battery's just gone flat, so I'm going to quickly... Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. So... Oracle message from the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. Undying Love. Isolde. I just need to maneuver this for a second. Might be... Okay. Isolde. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. Yeah, I'm really feeling this one for you, Cancerians. Some of you that have had to release a loved one with this Death card, that's just a message, a reminder to, although the connection has ended, it could be physically, emotionally, whatever it relates to, if you resonate with this, Cancer. Whatever connection and love that you shared, it's making me emotional actually, with this significant person in your life, and I feel like it's past, like in the past, and it's just saying that that love that you shared wasn't to waste, it was eternal, right? It continues on. The love that you shared, regardless of the current situation, of all the change and rebirth that you've had to go through, or the learning, or the, experience, it is eternal, and it will always be. It's undying, right? For some of you Cancerians, this is a new person or someone that's come into your life. Or actually, it could be someone passed over that's just supporting you on this journey, that has been watching you through your journey, through your ups and downs. There's a significant person on the other side that's just sending their love to you because you do have protection. I feel like you do have like loved ones on the other side, if that resonates. Anyways, we'll get another card. Blossoming, yeah, this is so true. I have been picking this card out a lot lately. So with the Death card again, and with the Tower and the Queen of Pentacles and the Sun, this aligns really nicely Blossoming Irakura, you are just getting started. What did I say about the baby lamb? You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process. Do not give up. Pretty plain and simple. I'm going to get a couple of Moonology cards. Yeah, you're blossoming into this new version of yourself. And it's blossoming also reminds me of the Tower card, you know. It's a process to let go of what you thought was what it was. But in doing so, you become more nurturing. You nurture yourself into your true being. And so that's all part of that blossoming process. Cancer, message from the Moonology, Tarot, Oracle. Gemini got this one. The full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. Yeah, so if you're like worried about anything or you have specific answers, and I feel like that's directly related to the Tower moment as well, they're coming. This enlightenment is coming. Like you're going to receive the answers to something that you didn't even think you needed the answer for. And it will be enlightening to you. It'll open up your world. So it says the answers you need are coming, not necessarily the answers that you're looking for, if that makes sense. All right, and then this is interesting. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. What kind of commitment are we talking about? It's a commitment to a relationship, a commitment to yourself, a commitment to this new way of living with the King of Cups when we talked about controlling our emotions, being in control emotionally. You know, like you may be tested this month. Your commitment to your values, to your new beginning, to your new chapter, you may be tested. So be aware with that Tower card. That's also a testing moment, right? You're going to be tested because what you thought was stable and clear in your head won't be. Okay, so, and then lastly, we have nothing will come of this situation. Nothing will come of this situation. So I think this is directly related to your commitment is being tested. So there's going to be something that's going to test you, right? It's going to test your boundaries. It's going to probably trigger you. But just be aware that nothing will come of it. Like it's all smoke in the air. So don't be sucked in if you do get a trigger in the month of September. But Cancerians, I am going to leave this reading here for you. If it resonated, please like and subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Ka kite anō.